Live from the Fantasy Sports Trade Association Summer Conference here in New York City. Time for some baseball. Let me ask you a question. I'll go to Cardano first. Albert Pujols or Chris Bryant? Who do you want on your team? Both hit 2 home runs last night. Pujols has come alive recently. He's the Pujols of old. Chris Bryant, strikes out a little bit here and there, hits some home runs here and there, has some nice batting average.
But he steals a base here and there, too.
So Pujols, used to.
Yeah, we'll play this year, right?
What year are we playing? No,
who would you rather have on your team?
Still Bryant, although I'm impressed with Pujols. Bryant.
My friend?
So if you look at a corner infield situation, the one thing I was concerned about Chris Bryant coming into the year was he's striking out 30% of the time at the minor league level. And Albert Pujols is actually hitting the ball for home runs at a better power rate than Chris Bryant. The one factor there is the ballpark that Albert Pujols is not very conducive to offense, but he's putting them out anyways. I'm going to go with Albert Pujols.
Oh, no way.
Crazy. Yeah.
But why? Do we care? A strikeout's an out. What if he flew out 1/3 of the time?
As trying to project a young player in Major League Baseball, the first time in the league, he might get away with some things, and then the second time around the league, pitchers will adjust, and I'm worried the strikeout rate might climb with Chris Bryant.
How's that working out for Springer?
George Springer?
Yeah.
It didn't work out in April and May. He's turning around in June.
So do you think
But
Chris
he's had a
Bryant's
whole
going to be able
year.
to adapt?
He's had a whole year in Major League Baseball.
Don't pelt me with facts and figures.
All right, so we got a Let me give you a player right now. We're going to play a quick name that player. A quick round to name that player. Just a set of stats. 2.68 ERA, 1.17 whip, 82 strikeouts, and 87 1/3 innings pitched. Tony Cicada, does that sound like a pitcher you'd like on your team?
Yes, and you know what? At first, I thought you were going down Lance McCullers' train.
No.
But it's too many innings. So
This is an unlikely source of strikeouts.
an unlikely source
Well,
of
kind of an unlikely source of strikeouts.
I want to say your guy Tushi Wada, but he hasn't pitched that many innings.
No, he left the game last night, too.
I know.
Banged up.
Because I picked him up this week in the SiriusXM Host League.
It was a solid
Which means
move.
it was time for him to leave.
Yeah, it cost me $2. Where's my $2 rebate?
Mike Cardano, you want to guess who this is?
Do you have any more clues?
No, it's not really.
American League or National League?
American League pitcher. Plays on the same team as Albert Pujols. Used to be a reliever, now is a starter.
His name sounds like?
His name sounds like Mector Brantiago. You have a guess.
You know what?
Hector Schultz?
Hector Santiago,
Yeah.
2.68 ERA, 1.17 whip. Almost a strikeout per inning.
Yeah, that's the part that I find baffling. This is a guy that doesn't really break a pane of glass, and yet he's putting up strikeout totals there. And it's a great ballpark. Last year, he was absolutely crushed in an ERA over 5 at points, and he's turning around this year and he's pitching really well on an Angel team in that division. Yeah. Left-handed pitchers get away with a lot. It's crazy in baseball. Like, every time we talk about guys with left-handed splits playing against them, but they get away with it. You can be a little bit of an average and be successful in Major League Baseball.
So what are you saying? Do you like him or do you not like him? Stop wavering, Tony.
You know what?
Give the people some advice on Hector Santiago.
You know what? I think he's rosterable in a 12-team league.
You know what does it for me? The fact that I like his closer. If he's a marginal pitcher to me, that puts it over the edge. Because it locks down the win for me.
2.68 ERA, 1.17 whip, and he's done something kind of like this before, and they're not jerking him around between starter and reliever. How is he just rosterable? Isn't he a go-get-him?
Because you're looking at a very small sample size, right? 86 innings.
What's his max innings pitched?
You know, we're talking about a guy that 200 innings that we're looking for. So he's still got 113 innings to go to get to a level that he hasn't been at in his Major League career.
I think he's been there before. I think it's just kind of been hidden.
Going to see how it plays out.
All right, I'm trying to pull this baseball reference page.
I'm going to tell you in September.
They hid the stats from us? We didn't know?
I mean, it's just been like the little pockets of greatness, but you look at his final numbers, and you're like,
Joe Blanton's had 15 years of pockets of greatness.
Look at this. 3.56 ERA, 3.75 ERA.
149 innings.
2.68 ERA. The whip's been kind of high.
149 innings, not too shabby.
Strikeout rate has been up and down, but the problem is they're all, you're a starter, you're a reliever, you're a starter, you're a reliever. 15 games pitched, 14 starts this year for Hector Santiago.
Do you ever get concerned when guys go back and forth in a rotation and don't know their role with the team?
Yeah. It happened with David Phelps, which is why I kind of like David Phelps this year. He's a starter. At long last, David Phelps is a starter.
It took a long time for you to get to that point on David Phelps, right?
I think Fred Zinke tried to give me David Phelps for like some fab bucks. And I'm like,
Really?
dude, I don't have any fab left in Tout Wars.
Is anybody touting you Jabba Chamberlain?
No. Should we be?
No.
All right.